Welcome, my friend. I'm so glad you're here. Before we begin this journey into the deepest chambers of the human heart, do me a favor. If you find value in these reflections, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to The Elevated Within. It helps our community grow, and it ensures you never miss a step on this path we're walking together. Part 1. The Wounded Heart and the Kitchen of Love. Let's talk about the truth. Most of us are walking around with a sickness we don't even realize we have. Imagine, for a moment, a world where every human being has a skin disease. Your entire body is covered in infected wounds. It's painful to be touched. It's painful to move. Everyone has it, so everyone thinks it's normal. Because of this pain, we build walls. We stay away from each other. If someone accidentally brushes against your arm, you scream in agony. You hate them for it. But the problem isn't the person who touched you. The problem is the wound. This is the state of the human mind. Don Miguel Ruiz, in The Mastery of Love, tells us that our emotional body is covered in these infected wounds. Wounds of jealousy, anger, envy, and rejection. We call it normal, but it is actually a disease of the mind. We are so afraid of being hurt that we create a mask to show the world. We pretend to be something we aren't, because we are terrified that if someone sees the real us, the wounded us, they will touch those sores and the pain will be unbearable. This is why we find it so hard to love. We aren't looking for a partner to share our joy with. We are looking for a healer. We are looking for someone to put a bandage on our wounds so we don't have to feel the sting of our own inadequacy. But here is the secret. No one can heal you but you. If you go into a relationship expecting your partner to make you happy, you are setting yourself up for a nightmare. You are putting the key to your heaven in someone else's pocket. To understand how to truly love, we have to talk about the kitchen of love. This is one of the most beautiful parables I've ever encountered. Imagine you have a magic kitchen in your home. This kitchen can produce any food you want, in any quantity at any time. You have mountains of chocolate, fresh fruit, savory meals, everything. You are never hungry. You invite people over, not because you need them to feed you, but because you have so much food, you want to share the abundance. Now imagine someone knocks on your door with a pizza. They say, "I will give you this pizza every day, but only if you let me control your life. Only if you do exactly what I say." What do? You laugh. You say, "No, thank you. I have a magic kitchen. I have better food than that right here. You can come in and eat with me if you like, but I don't need your pizza to survive." But now, imagine you are starving. You haven't eaten in days. You are weak, desperate, and dying of hunger. That same person knocks on your door with the same pizza. They say, "I'll give you a slice if you let me control you." You don't hesitate. You say, "Yes, please, anything, just feed me." You become a slave for a slice of pizza because you believe you cannot feed yourself. This is how most people approach love. They are emotionally starving. They don't believe they have food inside them. They don't believe they are worthy of their own love. So they go out into the world like beggars. They find someone who offers them a little bit of pizza, a little bit of attention, a little bit of affection, and they become addicted. They become terrified that the person will leave and take the pizza away. This is where jealousy, possessiveness, and control come from. It's the fear of the starving man. The truth is, you have the magic kitchen inside you. Your heart is a constant source of love. But because of the parasite, the voice in your head that tells you that you aren't good enough, that you are ugly, that you are a failure, you have forgotten how to cook for yourself. You have forgotten that the love you are seeking from others is actually the love you are denying yourself. The mastery of love starts with the realization that you are responsible for your own happiness. If you say to your partner, "You make me happy," you are telling a lie. It's technically impossible. Only you can make you happy. Your partner can share their happiness with you, and you can share yours with them, But the moment you make them responsible for your emotional state, you have started a war of control. Think about the pets we have, a dog or a cat. Why is the relationship with a pet so easy? Because we don't try to change them. We don't say to the dog, "You should be more like a cat." We don't say, "Why didn't you bring me flowers today?" We accept the dog exactly as a dog. We love the dog unconditionally. But with our human partners, we have a list of requirements. We want to change them. We want to fix them so they fit our image of what a partner should be. This is the greatest demon in relationships, the desire to change the other person. The moment you try to change someone, you are saying that who they are isn't good enough. That isn't love, that's judgment. And judgment is the poison that kills the dream. In this first stage of our awakening, I want you to look at your kitchen. Are you starving? Are you looking for someone to give you a slice of pizza so you can feel okay for a few hours? Or are you realizing that you are the source? The great disease can be cured, but only through the medicine of awareness. You have to see the wounds. You have to admit they are there. You have to stop the master of need from running your life. As we move forward, we are going to learn how to transition from the track of fear to the track of love. We are going to learn how to prepare the temple of our own soul, so that when we do walk with another, it isn't two beggars trying to steal from each other, but two masters sharing a kingdom. But for now, just breathe. Recognize that the pain you feel isn't because you lack love. It's because you've forgotten how to access the love that is already there. You are a star in human form. You are the light of the universe experiencing itself. Why would a star need a candle to feel bright? Part 2. Preparing the temple. Now that we understand the wounds we carry and the magic kitchen of our own hearts, we have to talk about the work. We have to talk about the preparation. You see, a relationship is like a garden, but before you can plant flowers with someone else, you have to realize that you are the gardener of your own soul. You are the temple. And if the temple is filled with trash, if the mirrors are covered in dust, you will never see the truth of who you are, or the truth of the person standing in front of you. In this second stage of our journey, we focus on the art of self-mastery. This is where we stop being hunters of love. Think about that word for a second. Hunting. When you hunt something, there is a predator and there is prey. When you go out into the world looking for love because you feel incomplete, you are a hunter. You are looking for someone to trap, someone to capture, someone to provide you with the meat of validation and attention. But a hunter is always hungry. A hunter is always living in a state of scarcity. The master of love is not a hunter. The master is a gardener. A gardener doesn't chase birds. A gardener builds a beautiful garden so that the birds want to come and sing in the trees. To do this, you have to understand the two tracks of life, the track of love and the track of fear. Every thought you have, every action you take, and every word you speak comes from one of these two tracks. There is no middle ground. The track of fear is where most of us live. It's the track of if. I will love you if you are kind to me. I will be happy if I get that promotion. Fear is full of conditions. Fear is full of justice and debt. In the track of fear, we are always keeping score. I did this for you, so you owe me that. It's a marketplace, not a sanctuary. But the track of love, that is the track of is. Love has no obligations. Love has no resistance. On the track of love, you give because giving feels better than receiving. You don't give to get. You give because your magic kitchen is so full that the food is spilling over the counters. When you are on the track of love, you are completely responsible for your own reactions. If someone is angry at you, you don't take it personally. Why? Because you know their anger is just a symptom of their wounds. It has nothing to do with your worth. To prepare yourself for a divine relationship, you must clean your internal mirror. Right now, your mirror is covered in a thick fog of parasites. Those voices in your head that tell you that you aren't thin enough, smart enough, or wealthy enough. These voices are not yours. They are the voices of your parents, your teachers, the media, and a society that profits off your insecurity. These voices create a mitote, a chaotic market of noise in your mind that prevents you from seeing that you are already perfect. Self-mastery means looking at those voices and saying, I see you, but I no longer believe you. It means taking 100% responsibility for your own happiness. This is the hardest part for most people to swallow. We love to play the victim. We love to say, I'm unhappy because my ex cheated on me, or I'm lonely because no one understands me. But as long as someone else is responsible for your pain, they are the master of your life. Preparation for love means reclaiming your sovereignty. It means reaching a point where you can say, I am happy being alone. If you are not happy being alone, you will never be happy in a relationship. Why? Because you will use the other person as a drug to escape yourself. You will become an addict, and they will become your dealer. And eventually, the dealer will run out of the drug, or they will raise the price, and you will fall into despair. You must become your own best friend. You must fall in love with the person you see in the mirror, not in an arrogant way, but in a way of deep, soul-level acceptance. You have to accept your body, your history, your flaws, and your beauty. When you love yourself, you create a high-quality vibration. You stop vibrating at the frequency of need and start vibrating at the frequency of being. When you are prepared, you no longer look for a partner to complete you. You are already a whole circle. You look for another whole circle so you can roll together through life. Two people who don't need each other, but who want to be together. There is a massive difference between I need you and I want you. I need you is a trap. I want you is a choice. Mastery also means learning the art of relationship with yourself first. How do you talk to yourself when you make a mistake? Do you whip yourself? Do you judge yourself? If you are a tyrant to yourself, you will eventually be a tyrant to your partner. You cannot give what you do not have. If you do not have compassion for your own humanity, you will not have it for theirs. So, how do we prepare? We practice awareness. We watch our thoughts like a hawk. Every time a thought of judgment or fear comes up, we name it. Oh, that's the parasite talking. We choose, over and over again, to move back to the track of love. We start to treat our bodies with respect. We start to protect our energy. We stop giving our power away to people who don't deserve it. We are preparing the temple for a guest, but the guest isn't just a romantic partner. The guest is love itself. The guest is the divine. When your internal house is clean, when the kitchen is cooking, and when the mirror is clear, you don't have to go out and find love. Love will find you. It has no choice. Light is always attracted to light. Part 3. The divine relationship. We have cleaned the kitchen. We have swept the temple of our own souls. Now we arrive at the most beautiful, yet most challenging part of the journey, the dance of two. How do we take this internal mastery and share it with another human being without losing ourselves? How do we save a love that the world, with all its drama and judgment, tries so hard to pull apart? The secret to a divine relationship, one that doesn't just survive but flourishes, is the end of the war for control. Most relationships in our modern world are not partnerships. They are power struggles. We enter them with a hidden agenda. I will love you, but I will also try to change you into the version of you that makes me feel safe. This is the man who didn't believe in love from the teachings. He spent his life looking for the perfect woman, the one who would fit his mold exactly, only to realize that perfection isn't something you find, it's something you allow. To save your love, you must first accept that your partner is not you. This sounds simple, but it is the hardest thing for a human ego to grasp. Your partner has their own magic kitchen, their own parasites, and their own dream of the planet. They see the world through a different set of filters. When they react in a way that hurts you, it is almost never about you. It is about their own wounds being touched. The moment you try to fix your partner, you have stopped loving them and started judging them. Judgment is the poison that kills the dream. In a divine relationship, there is no room for judgment. There is only observation and acceptance. You look at your partner and you say, "I see your light, and I see your shadows. I see your wounds, and I see your beauty. And I love it all, exactly as it is." This is what it means to love someone unconditionally. It doesn't mean you accept abuse. Love for yourself would never allow that. But it means you stop the war of the shoulds. He should be more romantic. She should be more organized. Should is the language of the track of fear. Think about a relationship as a perfect relationship. In this dream, two people come together not because they are incomplete, but because they want to share their completeness. They are like two independent stars orbiting each other. They don't crash into each other trying to become one. They respect the space between them. That space is sacred. It is the garden where your love grows. If you want to save your love, you must become a master of communication, but not the communication we are taught in school, not talking at each other. I'm talking about communion. This is when you speak from your heart, without the mask of the ego. You tell your partner, "When you said that, my old wound felt a sting. I'm feeling afraid right now." You don't say, "You made me feel afraid." You take responsibility for the feeling. You own your half of the bridge. When both people stop playing the blame game, something miraculous happens. The defenses come down. The metote, the noise in the relationship, subsides. You begin to see the god, or the goddess within the other person. You realize that you are both just children of the stars, trying to find your way home. In the track of love, there is no justice. If your partner makes a mistake, you don't punish them. Why would you want to punish the person you love? Punishment is for enemies. Forgiveness is for lovers. To save your love, you must be a professional forgiver. You must let go of the debts your partner owes you. If you're holding on to something they did 3 years ago, you are carrying a dead body into your bed every night. It smells, it's heavy, and it's killing the intimacy. Bury the dead. Stay in the present. The mastery of love teaches us that a relationship is a living thing. It needs to be fed. You feed it with your attention, your kindness, and your playfulness. Never lose the fun. Love should be a game, not a chore. If you are working hard on your relationship, you are likely on the track of fear. On the track of love, the work feels like a dance. It is the joy of discovery. To save your love, you must also respect the animal within your partner. We all have biological needs, moods, and cycles. There will be days when your partner is grumpy, tired, or distant. If you take that personally, you create conflict. If you see it as just the weather of their soul, you can stay centered in your own peace. You can be the sun that stays shining even when they are having a storm. Finally, remember the agreement. A relationship is an agreement between two people to walk together. If that agreement is based on truth and transparency, it is unbreakable. If it is based on lies and masks, it will eventually crumble. Be brave enough to show your partner your true face, even the parts you think are ugly. Because when someone loves the parts of you that you have hidden, that is when true healing happens. Part 4. Becoming the Master. This is the peak of our journey, the moment where the seeker becomes the master. We have healed the wounds of the starving beggar, prepared the temple of our own souls, and learned the delicate dance of the divine relationship. But now, we must face the ultimate truth of the mastery of love. The realization that love is not something you do or something you get. It is something you are. To become the master, you must collapse the distance between yourself and the divine. In the final chapters of our transformation, we stop looking at love as a transaction and start seeing it as our very nature. Think of the sun. The sun doesn't decide who to shine on. It doesn't say, "I will give my light to this flower because it is pretty, but I will withhold it from that weed because it is ugly." The sun just shines. It is light by its very nature. To be a master of love is to be like the sun. You radiate love because your magic kitchen is now an infinite source that can never be depleted. This is the state of the God within. When we talk about God in the context of elevation, we aren't talking about a judgmental figure in the clouds. We are talking about the life force that flows through your veins, the intelligence that moves the stars, and the warmth in your chest when you look at a sunset. When you realize that this force is what you are made of, the parasite, that voice of fear and judgment, finally loses its grip. How can you be not enough when you are an expression of the infinite? Becoming the master means living in a state of constant bliss, regardless of your circumstances. Most people believe they can only be happy if the world treats them well. If their partner is kind, they are happy. If they have money, they are happy. This is conditional happiness, and it is a form of slavery. The master practices unconditional happiness. You decide to be happy simply because you are alive. Because being alive is the greatest miracle in the universe. In this final stage, your relationship with the world changes. You no longer walk through the streets as a judge, you walk as a lover. You see the wounded hearts of the people around you, the angry driver, the tired cashier, the distant parent, and instead of reacting with more anger, you react with compassion. You see their skin disease, their emotional sores, and you realize they are just dreaming a nightmare. You don't have to join their nightmare. You can stay in your dream of heaven. This is the transformation of the dream. Don Miguel Ruiz reminds us that we are the artists of our own lives. Your life is your greatest masterpiece. Every interaction is a brushstroke. Every word is a color. Are you painting a scene of war or a scene of peace? The master chooses peace, not because life is perfect, but because the master's internal world is settled. As we conclude this journey together, remember that mastery is a practice, not a destination. You will have days where the parasite tries to come back. You will have days where you feel starving for someone else's pizza. That's okay. That is part of being human. The difference is that now you have the awareness. You can stop, breathe, and walk back to your own magic kitchen. You can look in the mirror, clear the fog, and see the divine looking back at you. You are ready to walk this path. You are ready to love without fear, to give without debt, and to live without judgment. You are a master of love, and the world is waiting for your light. Thank you for walking this path with me here at The Elevated Within. If this journey has touched your soul and helped you see your own light, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Join our community of seekers as we continue to rise, to heal, and to master the art of being human. Your support allows us to keep creating this space for all of us to grow together. Go out today and be the sun. Shine your light without condition, and watch as the world begins to bloom around you. Until next time, stay elevated.